The Career Trail. Your success journey begins here.
This week on Career Trail, who is our guest? She is married with a beautiful daughter. She's a Ghanaian journalist, an ace broadcaster, and an author. She's a product of Tema Community 8 No. 1 Basic School, Infantiman Girls School, Ghana Institute of Journalism, now UNIMAC, and City University, based in London. She's passionate about issues of women, hence leading to the Girl in Need Foundation. She has received numerous honors, including Most Inspiring Woman in Media and the United Nations Millennium Development Goals MDGs 4 and 5 Ambassador Award 2012. Following the Accra Business Schools Award of a Fellowship of the Boardroom Institute, FBI, she was bestowed with the new title, Doctor. Our guest for this week's edition of Career Trail is Oheneyere Gifty Anti. Last week, we introduced the premiere episode of the Career Trail Season 2, diving into the media journey of Oheneyere Dr. Gifty Anti.
My TV career as a presenter started 13 February 1997.
Stay glued to your set as we explore the second part of the interview, which focuses on her journey as an author.
Let's talk about life after GBC. So what next after GBC?
Okay, so I always told myself that after leaving GBC, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm going to work for myself. So whilst at GBC, I started a Standpoint TV program.
Okay.
And the Standpoint was born out of frustration. I tell people it was anger. I went to do my master's in London City University. My journalism lecturer was called Christabel Kane. She was the first female presenter to be on BBC World, not BBC World, when they became international. And she was once married to, I think, a Ugandan, so she was very much into the African and all that. And I was also, I think, the only journalism student there who had the working experience. So we bonded, and she even wanted me to be her TA after my course, my master's, and I said no. I wanted to come back to Ghana, you know. Apart from the fact that I'd been bonded by JBC, I also felt, I'm a Ghanaian, you know. I love Ghana, you know. It's not the Ghana I wish it is, but I've always been, I feel I've had something to contribute to Ghana. And my father instilled that patriotism spirit in me as well. So I said I wanted to come. I said, okay, then promise me that when you go back, you're going to do something, you know, something better, something greater for the women of Ghana and Africa. Okay, she knew about me starting the Pen Ladies Club and all that. So she said that, you know, to me, and I came back really on fire. So the breakfast show, I tried to get women on, and I tried to do women's story, human interest story, but it was quite frustrating, you know. But so I wanted to create a platform where women could come and express their opinion, their views, you know, without any barriers. I also wanted to prove, those times, the few of us who were very vocal and talking about politics and the so-called tough, you know, were being called names and rumors all about. So I wanted to prove that, listen, there are more women who are doing this. So that's what made me start the Standpoint TV program. But I wanted it to be a partnership with GBC, but God bless the Director General then. Again, I thought he was being mean to me, but he also told me that, listen, GBC needs money. If you can do this, go and find money, buy airtime and do it. And I started small. So from day one, the Standpoint was started, it was first aired on 11th July 2008. I am very good with dates, you know.
At that time I was born.
At that time. So the Standpoint will be 16 years this July. So we started. That's where we started the Standpoint. So after a while, I felt, listen, it was getting a bit conflicting. You know, I was getting invitation to come and speak at places and be at programs, and to be fair, I needed to move out. So on 31st of December 2013, I sat on TV and told the viewers of GTV News that thank you very much, but adios. I am gone. I'll see you on the other side. I left and I moved to this premises where I already had my office and my studio ready to roll.
Okay, so now you became a boss lady, or you have become a boss lady of your own, where you now produce the standpoints by yourself, and then you air on Joy Prime. Okay, so looking at how passionately you are about journalism, someone would ask, do you face challenges? Because it looks like you're good at what you do.
Oh, Lord. You see, that's what makes the difference. When you love what you do, when you believe in what you do, when you're willing to accept the mistakes, your shortfalls, and correct it and learn, know that you don't know it all. You keep learning. I still learn from you younger ones, what you're coming, because your generation has come with a lot of new technology, new ideas, and new challenges. And if you think that you know it all because you started 20-something years ago, you're lost. I'm still on TikTok. I put my programs on TikTok. I have 1 million followers on Instagram, 650-something thousand on Facebook, Okay. So I'm using all that and I keep learning. The challenges are many. I mean, I tell people that my time, they used to cartoon us in newspapers, so it wasn't just on social media. So when people thought the trolls and the name calling on, it didn't start today. They started cartooning me. In fact, my first appearance on TV on that Thursday, 13th of February, 1997.
Wow.
The
it looked like you did history.
Well, I did history for O-level anyway.
Okay.
The Monday was, the 13th, the Monday was, I think the 16th. Was it 17th? Yeah, because Friday was 14, 15, 16, 17th. Monday was 17th. 17th February, 1997. A magazine came out. I used to have it until Flood did me in 2011, and I lost that magazine. They used to call it radio and TV magazine. They described me as beautiful enough for the set, but not intelligent enough for the show. That's how they described me.
What was their reason?
They said, you know how I got into TV that day? I was going to be a floor manager that day. And even that was exciting for my dad already, because at least my name was going to appear. Floor manager, Gifty Anti is going to be on screen. And I was already excited. So I woke up very early, got to GBC very early. None of the producers or presenters were there. And I went to Circle. I joined the car that was coming to Circle to pick up the newspapers. And then I started reading when we when we got back. I started reading, I read the newspapers as well. So when it was time for the main presenter, the breakfast show was built around Madame Beatrice Edu. Yeah, so she was the main character. I think it was breakfast show with Beatrice Edu. So she got in and she had to hurry up to do her makeup. And so I went to her and started briefing her about what the headlines were saying. He said, you know what, Gifty, just put powder on your face and then go join me on the set. So you give me a summary of the headlines and I will discuss with my panelist. And that was it. And I took up that challenge because I was prepared. I didn't say that I'm just going to be a floor manager. And floor manager, what have I got to do with newspapers? Floor manager, what have I got to do with going to Circle with? No. So I always tell the young people, wherever there's an opportunity, when you get to a place, even if you get there, you are going to interview for the manager of the company. You get there and you see the place is dirty and there's a broom there. If you can't sweep, if you can find out who is the cleaner and tell the person, get involved. You never know how far it will take you. That singular act. I am on TV today and I'm celebrating 27 years. Because one, I had a father who believed in me and woke me up. Two, I allowed my upbringing to have a better part of me. by getting involved, by believing in service, by believing in, getting involved in whatever I am, whichever environment I find myself in. 3, I was confident enough to approach the Beatrice Edu. And I didn't approach her in arrogance, but in humility. 4, Beatrice Edu was touched by what I did, Madame Beatrice Edu, and decided to give me an opportunity. And 5, I was prepared. And so I was bold enough to take that opportunity to sit on the set with her. It was a red sofa. And the first guest was called, he was with Harry Gonzalez. He used to be with Ghanaian Times. May he rest in peace. He was a panel that sat there. And because I didn't go, as I wasn't confident about my look. I was wearing my father's shirt and some jeans and slippers. Thank God there was a red table to cover the feet. So my head was buried in the newspaper and then reading the headlines. And so they felt I wasn't confident. Yeah, I wasn't that confident on that day, But again, I went home. My dad told me that, you know what, if you get the next opportunity to go back on there, make sure, even if it's just 1 minute, make sure somebody remembers you for something. And I thank God, Madame Beatrice Edu told the producer that she would love to, do it again with me again, and I had the next opportunity and the various opportunities. At a point, she decided to do just the presentation of the news and do human interest interviews and left the newspaper review for me. And it just kept growing. And today I'm here.
Today you are here indeed.
Today I'm here.
Wow. Okay, so now let's talk about your books. You spoke about you doing the first book for Daddy. Yeah, so continuing.
No, that was my third book. That was
actually
my third book.
Wow.
And it's the title of 50 Nuggets at 50. And there's a chapter in there that if only you could see me, Dad. And I poured my heart out to my dad. My first book was also born out of situation. I was raised to believe that you make the best of every situation. I remember growing up, my dad, I'll come and tell my dad that, oh, I didn't get this, and my friends have this. He said, listen, when they do that, tell them that you have a father who loves you very much. Loves you, takes care of you, will do everything for you, will sacrifice for you. Tell them. So he taught me that in every situation, look for that one thing that is working for you. In your lowest moment, look at that one thing. One thing. So there are people who remember me from GBC, as a news presenter, people who can't speak English. And you know how they remember, oh, you're round the neck. The lines in your neck. Yeah, I remember the way you used to tie your duku. Or the beads. There's always something that sometimes we just allow, the little things or the things we don't have to break us and overlook the things that are working for us. So my dad just told me to look at that thing that will work for you. I mean, it was 2019, Easter. I was going for Edumasa. If my husband is what you say, he curses the day this thing happened, because every time I don't forget
you talk about it.
It was 19th April. It was 9th April. It was Easter, and went to Edumasa. We were going to have children's party and all that. And then I slept in the bedroom, from the bathroom to the bedroom. I slept and broke my ankle, my right ankle. And I was in a cast of what people call PUP. I was supposed to be in there for 6 weeks. And if somebody had told me that, oh, I'll just say with 6 weeks, will just come, that will heal and all that. Yeah. But when it happened to you, it's different. It was very frustrating. I'm a very busy person. And I had just had my bundle of joy, my baby, my joy, a child that I struggled to have. and this girl was all over me, and suddenly I can't let her come close to me because I'm afraid she'll come and, you know, hurt me, and it was horrible. I was actually pushed to depression. I became, you know, a shadow of myself, because one, I was wondering how this could happen to me. Second, I felt terrible that I can't let my daughter come close to me because of this. I mean, so many things were going on. And then I had started my program, A Bit of Me. Then somebody was sharing, you know, I think broadcast. I think she wasn't sending it to me. It was a he. Wasn't sending it to me directly, but it was just saying and broadcasting it. And I was in a video saying that life happens, and that in one time of your life, you find yourself running. Another time you find yourself walking. Another time you find yourself crawling. There will come a time that you'll be sitting. But even at that point when you're sitting, ask yourself, what can you do? That, my own words, were healing for me. So I said to myself, so what if I hadn't come across this video? What if I had a book that I could easily reach to read, to encourage me? I mean, God forbid that I compare it to the Bible, you know, but in times of, you know, if you're a Christian, you reach out for your Bible and you read. The same way we need inspirational, motivational books. So I decided to put my thoughts together. You know, I started writing it. I wrote that within 2 weeks, I'd put it together and I published it. And boy, on the first day, we sold 400 copies.
First day
that was released. Within 3 days, we sold 500 copies. That book, A Bit of Me, became #1 on Amazon in less than a week.
Wow!
Yes, that book in survival category. In less than a week, that book came out on my first book. And that's how, you know, my journey as an author started. And I wrote a mini one, a book of affirmation, that's The Best of You, where you speak to yourself. You know, you repeat words to yourself to affirm yourself. And then when I turned 50 4 years ago, I decided to write to catalog 50 experiences. So my failures, my success, my challenges, my affair with politics, my affair with Islam, you know, things that I've been through various, you know, when I say my affair, that's my experience with, you know, politics, and sometimes how politicians can manipulate you if you're not smart as a young journalist, you know. So I cataloged about 50 experiences in that book. And then after that came my COVID experience. You know, I was caught up. I was one of the first to be quarantined during the COVID period. 22nd March.
Let me guess, the book is in room 5005.
Yes.
Because immediately I entered, I just wanted to know what is in that book.
So you picked that you were going through. Yeah, room 5005. And then that time, that's 2022, I launched the 2 books together, room 5005, and then Broken But Beautiful. You know, I mean, the room 5005 was about my experience in mandatory quarantine, the challenges and everything. And then Broken But Beautiful was about the experience whilst in there. You know, how I was able to identify some beauty in there, how I became a voice, I mean, speaking to people to understand that this thing is serious, we need to take it seriously, how I was in there and had time for people who were calling me from across the world about the abusive, you know, situation. That COVID period brought the worst in people. You know, I could have people call me, people that I thought their marriage was like solid and were example for me, telling me that, can you believe my husband said he doesn't want to see me and the kids. It drove people insane. You know, people whose husband, you know, became abusive, were beating them, women who decided, you know, suddenly they don't want the man they are married to. They want, I mean, crazy things happened. But how in it all, I was able to, even in my pain, in my brokenness, you know, I was able to reach out and help other people. Yeah. And then last year was When Strong Women Cry. You know, also kind of look the stories of women who've been through, women considered as strong, including myself, but who've been through some serious challenges, but are still, you know, going on. And then we did the Black Charlotte to mark the 6th birthday of my little girl. You know,
wow.
Yami and Nyam. Yeah. Wow. Diary of the Late Bloomer and her daughter. Yeah. We are two crazy lot.
You're expecting more books, many books.
Yes.
Well, let's stop.
This year, the red lipstick, Mystery of the Lady in Red Lipstick is coming up. Wow.
What should we expect from that book?
I think Eugenia knows, that's why she gave me red lipstick today.
Maybe.
Well, it's part fiction, part factual, you know. It's going to be about how women sometimes lose themselves due to circumstances, sometimes marriage or lack of job or finances or wanting a child, or, you know, even religion make people, women, especially women, lose themselves, or sometimes, you know, peer pressure, wanting to belong to, you know, but how, you know, you so it's about this woman who was in a journey, and then one day she just snapped out of it, realized that, listen, I can still achieve all these things and still be myself. So it's a very interesting
anticipating. Okay, so if someone is watching and wants to be an author, can you take us through how you can get your book published?
You know, I tell people I'm not the best person to tell you how to be an author. My first book, A Bit of Me, a few publishing houses turned it down because they said it doesn't follow the structure of book writing. But the thing is, me myself, I didn't follow the routine of being born. I was an accidental baby. I wasn't planned. My life had never been according to plan. You know, I'm not a conformist. I tell people I'm a born rebel. So I self-published it. And you know, I can't write on, you know, the iPad or tablet or whatever I did. I wrote all my 7 books, all of them, as God is my witness, on my phone.
All the 7 books?
All the 7 books. I write my books on phone, including the 8th one, which I'm writing, on my phone. The notes, you know, app, that's where I write my book. So I'm writing everywhere. There are times that people would just send me a message, Madam, sleep. I'm writing. I can sit up. My went strong. I think the Black Charlotte, I used 2 days to write it.
How many pages?
2 straight days. I didn't sleep.
How many pages?
It has 130-something pages.
In
2 days. I sat up. You know, there's something called the writer's, you know, spirit and the writer's block. If it comes and you don't write it and it goes, you block that. It will go for, you know, it can go for years and then it's not coming. That's zeal, that's, you know, desire to write. It can just leave you, you know. But when it comes and you sit up, so I'm sitting in a car, I'm writing, you know, sometimes I stay in the bathroom, you know, sit there and write and typing, just writing my own thing, you know, just, that's all. I love to, so there's a mark here. So every time it's writing, every time, you know, I'm writing, I write on this. So I don't, when you read my books, it's as if I'm talking to you, I'm sitting right in front of you. I tell people that even when I was presenting the news, I didn't read the news. I talked the news. I communicated the news. So I am writing and I'm imagining your response. The When Strong Women Cry, one of them, I write, when I'm writing, I said, wait. Then that look on your face, change that look on your face. Don't even try to judge. So you can, and when you read that, you would definitely have a face, because it was about a pastor's wife, you know, who was enduring so much, but in the public space, they were the perfect couple, everything, you know, pastor would preach and even go and kiss, you know, pastor's wife, first lady and all that. So when you're reading, you definitely, you go like, really? You know, that thing was like, hey, so I just can calculate everything, because it comes from experiences. I host a show, I talk to people, I speak at, so it's really engaging, and it really gets you involved. So I self-publish. For me, I only get, an editing consultant, do the editing, put the manuscript together, and I get a printer, print the book. You should print how many I can sell at every given time, and then go and reprint. But there are some people too who use, you know, publishing houses who will tell you that there's a format, there's this. My book, my point is, Chinua Achebe and the others, they wrote according to their passion, according to their culture, according to their beliefs. You know, they didn't follow any, you know, they introduced their local dialect. So my book, you read and you see chai, you see chale, you say waiting, you see all those things like I love to say. I mean, when I'm chatting with people, I say, you see it there. The only thing you will not see is the F word. That one I do some science to be there, you know. But you can guess what I'm trying to say. You know that. That's how I write. I believe that writing is a skill, it's an expression. People must be allowed to express themselves. So even with my editors, I tell them that, listen, I'm not, you know, teaching English in this book. This is not an English book. It's not a literature book, right? People are supposed to read and enjoy it. So don't make it perfect. I remember the one, the Black Chalwote. My girl is 6 years. So she would say things like, what did this, you know, like, but I didn't told you that. That was when she was about 3 years. I didn't told you that. So I wrote something like that, she says something, you know, it didn't, grammatically it wasn't correct. Yeah. So one of the editors wanted, and I said, no, don't correct it. That is what she said. And I'm quoting her. So don't correct it. I want people to know that it's okay for your children to make mistakes, because even you, the adult, you make mistakes. Today, that girl corrects me. She just, mommy, Z, say Z, Z, Z. Don't say Z. Z, Z. Say, and you know, put off the light. Mommy, switch off the light. 6 years. Today she's correcting me. So I need to remind her that not long ago she used to say, she used to do same. I didn't told you.
Okay, what an intriguing journey. How has it been? Any awards? 27 years BA.
At the last count was 65.
65?
And, this year I received one so far. Last year I received 15 awards in total. 15? Yes, last year. That was the highest I've received in a year. But for the past 6 years, average has always been 8, 7, 8, 7. You have 60. This year, January. The
awards is even more than your
my years, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you randomly mention any you can remember?
The one I had this year, this January, came from Nigeria. That's I think most influential woman in philanthropy. I've received Inspirational Woman of the Year. I received Woman Icon. I received last 2 years Glitz Africa Awards. I had a media Woman of the Year. I mean, it's quite a lot, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Has there been a moment that Auntie Gifty has sat down to say, I regret entering into journalism?
Regret, never. But I've had moments where I feel like I want to give up.
Why?
I feel like giving up. It's because, you know, it gets tiring. And sometimes you feel you're giving off your best. You're doing everything, yet the people you expect to see it don't seem to see it. You know, that's the funny aspect of it. And that's what I've come to understand. The people that I expect to see it don't see it. But the people who are supposed to see it. I'm a woman of faith. You know, I believe in God. I call myself a woman with super crazy faith in God. And God has this thing of dealing with me every time. Anytime I feel like giving up, somehow somebody comes up to say that, had it not been for you, you did this. I mean, last year after the Happy Feet giving shoes, I told myself, I've done enough. These shoes thing, I'm not going to do again. I'm not going to do this charity thing again. I think the Friday after my birthday, some of my daughters came and we were eating, and I had a call from a lady from the US. She was crying. She said she's been looking for my number. Bottom line, 12 years ago, I helped her go to school. I to go to school, and now she's in the US, well established, and she's been looking for me to come and say thank you. Irene, as I said here, I don't remember ever doing that.
But she remembers you.
But she remembers what I was wearing that day. She remembers the car I was driving. As for the car, I remember that I had that car. She remembers it was at the Accra Mall. You know, and I get that every time I meet people and they tell me that, oh, you did this program, you're a bit of me. Auntie Gifty, don't give up. If you give up, you know, most of us will look up to you. People say, I wake up every morning to check your status to see if you have something, or to go to social media. And I'm like, God, okay, so what about me? Now let's talk, you know, what about me? When am I going to stop hustling, you know, before I get sponsorship, before I get this? But God deals with all of us in a different way. Once you're passionate about it, once you believe in it, once you know that you're doing it with a good conscience, it has its own way of rewarding. It may not be monetary, but then it has its own way. Every year I tell myself, I'm not going to do charity. But then you have somebody send you a message that, oh, this year are we doing Happy Feet? This year are we doing the party for the children? You know, and I'm like, Charlie, it's my face, so I'm going to beg again. It's like, oh, but when you go to, you get it. People do give, you know. So as for the giving up, every time I feel like giving up. But that regretting for what I've done, no.
Right.
Regretting being, no.
Nah.
I'll do this again.
Okay, yeah. So we want to take a quick breather, but before that, I want you to talk about your foundation.
Okay, so I this was 2011 we started, so barely 13 years ago I officially started the Girl in Need Foundation, where we help girls 18 years and below go back to school or learn a skill or trade. At now we've held over 300 girls, and then after that came the reading project, Awodanswa reading project, where we get storybooks and give to children in rural communities, get them to fall in love with reading. Remember I said I love literature, I love reading. So, and I believe that reading opens your mind to a world that may not be close to you, you may not have seen physically, but it just helps you to dream and pushing you to aspire to be something else. And then we came the Happy Feet. And then so 3 years ago, I brought them all under one umbrella. That's the Gifty Anti Foundation. So Gifty Anti Foundation, our focus are women, girls, the needy, and children. So everything that falls within that, we do mentorship, we do health screening. I have the 100 days in a day in the life of pregnant women. We started with 100 pregnant women. Last year we did 150 pregnant women. We started from the Eastern region. Last year we went to Central. This year we are hoping we'll do somewhere in the Greater Accra or Volta region. So we are always reaching out, you know, to help society. We do health screening programs, you know, anything that will help women, children, the underprivileged, you know, we are there to support. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't do the questioning alone. Before I came here, I went to campus That's University of Ghana.
Okay.
And trust me, you have a lot of fans there. Like a lot of people are looking up to you. So I wish I could have brought them here to ask the questions themselves, but unfortunately we can't bring them here. So I have the questions here with me. We'll take a very quick breather. When we come back, we'll delve into those questions. Okay. You're still watching the Career Trail on Joy Learning TV. Let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
The Career Trail, your success journey begins here.
Welcome back from that quick breather. Remember, you are still watching the Career Trail on Joy Learning TV. If you just tune in to watch the program, you can catch the full episode on our YouTube channel at Joy Learning TV. Remember, you have been having a conversation with Oheneyere Dr. Gifty Anti, a journalist or an ace broadcaster and a media personality who has really been making impact over 27 years. Wow. So we are the second part of the program where we get to ask you 3 questions from your fans, and these questions are video. So I'll be going to play the first video for Auntie Gifty.
Welcome to the Career Trail on Joy Learning TV. Kindly tell me your name.
Hi, my name is Oheneyere Aye.
Okay, Oheneyere. I believe you know the media personality Oheneyere Gifty Anti.
Yes, please.
Can you tell me a little you know about her?
I know that she does a show on Joy Prime called The Standpoint, and it's a very inspirational show which I learned from it, and I've been watching a lot.
All right, that's very great. Well, she's watching us right now, and so this is your chance to ask her that one question, that one very important question you've been meaning to ask her. So here's your chance.
The question I have for her is that how did she actually make it in life? Like, what are the inspirations that inspired her to actually move forward, even though it's really hard and tough at some point, like how she actually made it in life? Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. So is there any final words you would like to say to her, any words of appreciation?
I would like to thank her a lot, and also tell her to continue doing the show on Joy Prime, which is The Standpoint, because it's a very inspirational show, and I like watching it, and I learn a lot from it, like people's lives and their past lives and everything. Yeah.
All right, Oheneyere, thank you very much for being part of this, and catch you next time. All right, thank you.
Wow, that's what keeps me going, what inspires me, what pushes me. It's the feedback I get, the passion I have for what I do, the belief I have in what I do, and the fact that I believe that God has a purpose for me, for what I'm doing. These are the things that keep, because every time I feel like giving up, somehow God sends someone to let me know that you are doing a good job. You know, the caliber of people you meet, and it cuts across. You meet young people, you meet market women, you meet ambassadors, you meet politicians, you meet entrepreneurs, you know, professors, and they tell you, you know, we are the silent ones, so we are watching. The fact that we don't comment, it doesn't mean that, but we see what you're doing and don't give up. You know, you have lawyers and doctors, and Charlie, we don't have anything in common. You know what you mean, you know. Yeah. That's what keeps me going. It makes me know that, at least I'm doing something right. I mean, not do it perfectly, but something right. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's take a look at the second question.
Please, may I know your name?
My name is Kote Francis.
Okay, Francis. Can you tell me what course you study?
I'm studying material science and engineering.
Okay. What level, please?
300.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I believe you know the media personality Oheneyere Gifty Anti.
Yes, please. She's a TV presenter. Then she works on Joy Prime. Yeah.
All right. So, well, she's watching us right now, and here's your chance to ask her. That's one question you've been wanting to ask. So, here's your chance now.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the question that I want to ask her will be, what's her greatest struggle to the level that she has attained right now? What's her greatest struggle to the level that she has attained?
All right. Thank you very much. So she's going to answer that question right now. But are there any final words you have for her? Any words of inspiration or any words of appreciation for her?
Oh, all that I want to say is that we are looking up to her, so she should keep on moving as we also follow. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thanks for participating.
Whew, it's always juggling my time, and knowing what to do and what to leave out. You know, how to say no when I have to. So when to rest. I'm not very good at that. You know, I'm not doing very good. You know, but I'm growing now, so I need to really take good care of myself. I'm not really good at it. And then also the struggle to get sponsorship for what I do. It always takes a toll on me. You know, you have to talk, you have to plead, you have to lobby. It's just sometimes you feel like people know what you're doing. They know, they always talk about it. So why is it so difficult for them to sponsor? But I guess everything is, you know, everybody, you look at certain shows like, sure, they have all the sponsorship, but whatever. But again, my show and the kind of thing that I do on the show also limits me. So, for example, I can never take an advert that promotes alcohol, skin bleaching, or an advert that in the video is demeaning to women. Anything that plays on the worthiness of a woman, I cannot. And most of the time, those are the ones who have the money, you know. So when you the sponsor, you know, program. So when they are not there, it just limits you as to how or where to get the sponsorship. But I just thank God that 16 years we are on. I mean, it's hand to mouth, but we are still here.
Okay, so now let's take a look at the third and final question.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
Okay, I'm Ado, a student of UG, offering nutrition and biochemistry final year students.
All right. I believe you know the media personality Oheneyere Gifty Anti.
Oh yes, I do.
Please tell me anything, any little thing you know about her.
Okay, I know she hosts programs. She's a celebrity, kind of celebrity. Yeah, standpoints. When I was a kiddie or when I was a kid, I used to watch her on GTV then, on Sundays,
All right. Well, she's watching us right now on the Career Trail, a program on Joy Learning TV. So here's your chance to ask her any question at all that you've been wanting to ask her all this time while you see her on TV.
Oh, okay. So one thing I know is when you are a mother, there is a lot of pressure on you. So she being a mother and a media personnel, how does she manage her works and her family at the same time?
All right. So she's going to answer that right away. However, do you have anything to tell her? Any, words of appreciation for her?
Oh, okay. So I want to say thank you for the good work she's doing out there. She's really doing a lot for the youth. And I like her show and I like her too as well, yes. All right.
Thank you very much, Ado.
That's a tough one. Managing motherhood, being a family woman, a wife, and it's I struggled with that too a lot, but I've come to a place where I've learned to prioritize and to always plan. So I always tell people that if you don't give me enough notice, I may not be able to. For the past 4 months, I don't have a nanny. I don't have a domestic help. So it's just me and my daughter, and it's tough. I have to go everywhere with her. So if where I'm supposed to be, I know it's not good for my daughter, it's not conducive, it's the time, then I will not come. Unless I'll get somebody to sit in to take care of her. Unless the father is around, to take care of her, then I can do that. My times, I have to wake up very early at dawn to take her to school, to be able to make to school before 7:30. And when she closes, that's by 3:30, I have to leave the office to go and pick her up. And when I pick her up, obviously she's tired, she has to do homework. So we go straight home. So, before then, I could stay at work till about 8 p.m. working and do, but it's not like that. But thank God for technology. So you can work, from wherever you are at home. But I love to go to the gym. I still love going to the gym. But these days I can't go. because I can't take care. So we stay at home. You know, it gets frustrating, but I also understand that it's a stage, it's a phase that you have to go through. So this period, what can I do? I just enjoy the moment with her and think about how, you know, else I can utilize my time.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so we still have one more segment to go. And this is the part where I get to give you a task. As a daughter, I'm giving my mother a task to perform. And at the end of the day, I'm going to rate you whether you passed or you failed the task. Are you going to pass?
I'm your mother.
Yeah.
This is where the lobby comes in.
So are you ready for me?
Yes, I'm
ready.
ready.
But do you think you are going to pass?
I have to. Even if I don't pass, I'll use Takashi. You know Takashi.
You still pass.
I'll still pass.
All right. You always take up any challenge.
Yes.
So I believe you are going to take this challenge on. And then you're going to pass.
I'm going to pass.
You're going to make Irene proud.
Yay!
All right. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll bring you the fun time segment.
The Career Trail. Your success journey begins here.
Welcome back from the break. This is still the Career Trail with Oheneyere Dr. Gifty Anti, and this is the last segment of the program where we get to have a little fun. This is actually my favorite, of course. I love all the other segments, but this is my favorite because I get to give my guest a task to perform.
And you get to laugh at us, okay?
So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, but before that, let me set my timer.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Okay, so now you can pick from the glass.
Let me take the one on top, just in case. Okay. So, use each letter of Gifty Anti to form a complete and meaningful sentence.
In 60 seconds.
60 seconds, okay. G, girl, you are amazing. I, you are intelligent. T, the best version of you is yet to come. Why? Why? You are a mother to many. A, always remember who you are. N, nothing can stop you. T, tomorrow is not guaranteed, so live today. I
10 seconds.
I am the daughter of God. Hallelujah.
Wow, so I get to raise the green card to Auntie Gifty because she passed my task.
Yay!
But everyone is a daughter of God.
You see, but I am at least. I own it.
All right, so wrapping up, your last words.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been fun. You got me to talk about certain aspects of my life that I haven't talked about before, and some I haven't talked about in a long while. But I just want every young person watching especially to know that it's okay to dream. Don't look at your circumstances now. Dream, because anything and everything is possible. Don't limit yourself. Don't overrate yourself. Wherever you find yourself, do your best. Do your best. Every stage you are in life is a stepping stone. I never thought I would become a TV presenter. I never thought I would be an author. I never knew I was going to have my own show. I never knew I was going to be a mother or even get married to achieve. Nobody knows tomorrow, so never waste any opportunity. Every opportunity that you get, make the best out of it. And don't ever leave God out of anything. Always remember that God makes the difference. He's amazing, He is faithful, He will walk us through every process. And anything you go through today is for your good. Because in the end, it will all come full circle and it will be of good use to you. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and dare to take calculated risk. To parents, help your children. Boost their confidence. Boost their morale and never talk down on them. They will make you proud one day. Trust me. God bless you.
Thank you so much for your time.
You
So I know
too.
you're a very busy woman, but because of the love you have for us, you are here today. You should have been somewhere, but because of the love, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
We thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to talk to you. And it has been an educative time, a fun time, an amazing moment. And I'm definitely taking something home today. And I believe anyone watching out there has taken one or two from what you have said. I believe someone is going to make a very terrible or horrible decision. That person is rethinking because of something that you have said. And we appreciate you so much. Continue with the good work. We wish you more years ahead.
Amen.
And of course, 27 years, we say cheers to you.
Yay.
All right, so that will be all for this week's edition of the Career Trail right here on Joy Learning TV. My name is Irene Edubia Ainin. As we always say, the Career Trail, your success journey begins here. I leave you with today's quote.
The Career Trail, your success journey begins here.